Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Herein and this is ThroughEllesEyes. Thank you for clicking on that play button so that you can find out a little bit more about my Oratene journey. Yes, I have been on Oratene for the past 4 months, and I know this is the last video of my Insecure series where I actually unpack my difficulties experienced with adult acne and my journey in treating the problem that I've had with my skin. So we are at the final stretch finally, and yeah, I can't wait to unpack it. I am recording this from all the way in Legian in Bali, which is a holiday, guys. I've had so much fun with my best friend. We've been here for well over 5 days. Our holiday unfortunately ends in a couple of days, but we've made the most of it. It's really been one of those wonderful must-dos, and we've gotten quite a lot of bucket list activities ticked off our list, individual lists. And I thought, why the hell not record this session, because I've needed to do it for such a long time. Work has been crazy, and that's why I'm here, because I really haven't taken a proper holiday since last year. I know, right? It's very bad, but I needed to do this, and I thought, let me sit down and do this damn thing finally for you guys. So yes, like I said, I have been on Oratene for the past 4 months. I'm going on my 5th month, and I just wanted to tell you my whole journey. So how Oratene works is that it reduces the amount of oil that your glands produce for your skin. So it really is used quite a lot for nodular cystic acne or severe acne, and that's what I have suffered from. And I was prescribed 20 milligrams, but before I could reach that point, my dermatologist had to weigh me and determine, also just by taking blood tests, just to check my liver in order to deduce how well my liver could actually handle the prescribed dosage. And then she reached that point that 20 milligrams would be good for me, which is what a lot of people get prescribed. I know the starting point is 10, and I think the highest is 80 milligrams, but I'm at 20, and my dosage hasn't been increased because the medication has treated my skin very, very well. So this is what the box looks like. I'm just going to lean in every now and again just to show you the products or things that I use for my skin, so that you guys can get a good sense of what they look like in terms of packaging. So this is what the Oratene box looks like, and I must say, I am not a pill popper. I've never ever liked pills or any medication for that matter, but I've gone through this prescription quite well. I've got 3 days left, guys. So this is what the pills look like. They're maroon gel coated capsules right there, gel coated capsules that are easy for me to swallow. Like I said, I don't like pills, and these make it so much easy for me to actually drink, because they kind of slide down your throat very, very easily, and I don't feel like I need to drink a whole lot of water to remove that sensation of, oh my gosh, I've just had a pill and I feel like, gagging for lack of a better word. But this is what the pills look like. And I really don't have any, I've never experienced any major problems in terms of the health side effects, but Oratene has really, the product, it says, I must just read this warning out for you guys. It says the product is a teratogenic and can cause birth defects. Pregnancy must be avoided. So what your dermatologist might advise, especially if you're female, is that you would need to be on a contraceptive, just to ensure, because they have to do due diligence on their side. So I want to talk about the side effects that I've had since using Oratene. And before creating this video and basically being on the treatment, I read up quite a whole lot. And there are people who've really just expressed what are the different things that they've experienced, or the side effects that they've experienced when on the medication. And these for me are the top 3, because I've never had any headaches, dizzy spells. It's never affected my eyesight or any other things, because those are really bad, and if should that happen to you, you would need to consult with your dermatologist so that they can assess whether you need to be put off the medication for a little while, and they can determine a different treatment for you. But the first thing that I realized is that my mouth inside was extremely dry, guys. The natural lubrication and creation of saliva was zero, you know, and I needed to drink quite a lot of water. They do encourage people that are on Oratene or Oratene to consume a whole lot of water, so you need to stay hydrated at almost all the time. You know, you need to drink quite a lot of water because you will feel that your system is quite dry, and that's basically it. Another thing that I experienced is that my skin had dry patches, so more under my eyes, my cheek lines, and along my, you know, my jawline, and I had to moisturize my skin properly. And another thing, I think this is a constant for anyone and everybody who's been on Oratene, the splitting lips. My skin cracked, and it's quite painful. It's quite painful because it's not just one split, it's across and for me, I think it was more across the lower lip than the upper lip. So you have to always lubricate. You don't have to use a very expensive product because some people go overboard, but a simple petroleum jelly would just suffice, you know. And I think those are the three things. Other than that, no headaches, no, like I said, no dry, no dizzy spells. My eyesight has been okay because I don't have the most perfect eyesight, but I haven't experienced any bad, it hasn't deteriorated because of my treatment, and that for me is an ultimate plus, because I wouldn't want to suffer. I wouldn't want my health to suffer just because I want my skin to look great, you know. But that's ultimately it. I remember in the last video I spoke about my skin routine, and it hasn't changed really, except for one factor. I didn't have quite a very good moisturizer, and like I said, maybe sometimes we kind of overlook certain aspects of the whole treatment and don't ask the question. But for me, I actually did ask the questions, and I made sure that my skin is well looked after. So what I do use still is the Dove Beauty Bar. That's how it looks. Dove Beauty Bar, morning and night. This is my go-to face wash. Nothing glamorous, nothing expensive. And in the mornings, so like I said, my skin became very dry. My dermatologist then prescribed Herein I, and as I headed to Dischem, I then consulted with one of the beauty consultants, or the beauty consultants, and I explained I wanted to ask her if Aquaphor was proper, you know. I'm a person of second opinions, and I trust my dermatologist. Not to say I don't go by their word, but I wanted to find out Aquaphor. I found the Aquaphor. I went to the beauty counter. I then said, do you think that this is okay for a person who's on Accutane or Oratene? And she said, okay, it's great for dry patches, but I needed to be aware of the fact that its texture is similar to petroleum jelly, and after a certain period it would definitely clog my pores. What I needed is a lightweight gel or moisturizer that wouldn't feel like it's cakey on my skin. She then prescribed or recommended Bioderma Sebium Hydra. It is ultra moisturizing compensating care for acne prone skin that is ultra dry due to treatments. This is what it looks like. Hope you got that. And the application the specification is that you need to apply once or twice a day to your skin after cleansing, and it works wonder. The nice thing, the one thing that I do love about this is, besides that it really is hydrating, is that I don't have to buy 2 separate creams for the morning and night. So I use this for my morning and night skincare routine to moisturize. And then, oh, another thing is that obviously, like I said, I mentioned the last time, I am encouraged to use sunscreen, and I still am using the Herein Oil Control Sun Gel Dry Touch, which gives me that matte finish. And what I do is that I mix these two. This is what my sunscreen cream looks like, and it's the SPF 50 plus, so that's the highest. And what I do is I mix both. So I would pump twice in the palm of my hand, and I would pump this out once and then mix both, and then put both products combined on my face instead of doing moisturize first and then sunscreen. So I mix both so that they work very well, and so far these they've worked quite well together. I haven't had any problems. And then at night, just in case I break out, I don't have to use, I did speak about Epiduo in my last post. I'm going to come a bit closer, but the ingredients are adapalene and benzoyl peroxide. I told you what benzoyl peroxide does. It's a drying component which actually dries out your breakouts if you have them. So what you do is you do it on the specific spots, you apply it on the specific spots, do it at night so that in the morning the breakouts have dried out and you don't have to be seen with breakouts wherever you go. So this is what the container looks like. The product is called Epiduo, guys. And that's basically, this is for the nighttime. And what I mentioned, I said my lips dry out quite very, very quickly and they split. So my dermatologist then said I should use Bepanthen. I had to say what now moment, because I have a baby and I use Bepanthen for his bum. But I tried it and it comes in at 3.5 grams, and I don't know, so this is the smallest, and after that you've got a big tube, and I was not about to buy the big tube because it retails for over 200 rand, and this is just 28 rand. And I tried it out and it was extremely good. So this is what it looks like right there. And a lot of people who have tattoos, who get tattoos, actually use this to lubricate their tattoos because your skin becomes very, very dry and flakes, and the baby bum cream helps quite a lot. So if you're wondering how they actually get over that when your skin starts scaling off and it becomes dry, this is for the tattoo lovers. Quite a lot of people use this and it gets recommended to me. Now I want to move on to my makeup because I do love doing my face and making sure that I look contoured and beads to the gods, my own standards, obviously. I'm no pro makeup artist, but I do love my makeup. And I spoke to my derm about which products, and I asked her what products should I use, and she just basically said it's really not about price, because some people may tend to think that the higher end products will treat your skin very well, but some high end products are oil based, and she just said just steer away from using products that have quite a lot of oils. I will not mention any products, but I've come across quite a lot of products that are very oily, and you can just see through at the application process that your skin looks very, very dewy. Yes, we all want that dewy look, but you have to have a certain amount of oil to make sure that, you know, the makeup or foundation looks very dewy, you know. So I try and stay away from using oil-based foundations. My current fave is the Maybelline Fit Me. For me, it's a great deal. I mean, it's 99 rand and I get it from Discount, and I use 350 because it's got that caramel. Yeah, it's caramel and it goes well with my skin tone. And so far so good. And the nice thing is that it's for normal to oily skin, matte, poreless, so I love it. What I do is I do prep my skin and I make sure that it's clean so that when I apply this foundation, I do not experience any problems at all when I remove it. And then talking about removing my makeup, I have to make sure that I clean my skin as thoroughly as possible, and with that I make sure that I use a good makeup remover. And my girl Lumka Dwaha hooked me up with this bottle of Nivea Micellar water. It's the Perfect and Radiant Micellar. It's a 3-in-1 cleansing water. It cleans, removes makeup, refreshes and tones, and indeed it does what it says it does, you know. The first time I used it, I'm a bit of a skeptic, guys. So the first time I used it, this is what the bottle looks like. The first time I used it, I was shocked, I must say, because what I do is I use it with my cotton pads, and I tried it out. I remember I don't know where I went, and I was like, oh, I need to remove this makeup. And there are those days when you don't feel like you just want to go to bed with your makeup on, because you know, you just feel like but I removed, I started with my face before I did my eyes, because yeah, sometimes it's a gamble. It's like you wear and you're like, okay, maybe I'll remove the makeup that's on the face, not so much on my eyes. So, and I was shocked, I was blown away, because it really works like a magnet. The cotton pads they were full of makeup that I even felt guilty. I'm like, you use so much product. But the water, what I do like about it, and this is a consistent and standing factor for me, is that I do not need to rub and work. It's like, you know, elbow greasing everything. I do not have to rub and to make sure that I've removed the makeup. And one thing that they do not ever encourage anyone who uses makeup, especially around the eye area, is to rub, you know, in order to remove your makeup, because the skin on your eyelids and on your eye bags very sensitive and soft and very thin, a thin layer, and the more you rub product into it, that's how a lot of people have those dark marks or dark circles around their eyes. It's because the product has kind of infiltrated into their skin. But I love this and I like it a lot, and I use it ever so often, because before I got the micellar water, I'd have to use several products to remove the makeup from my face, specifically on my eyes. I used something that is like an eye makeup remover that had the consistency of a lotion, and what I needed to do is that I needed to apply it, keep it for a minute or two before removing it, and half of the time it wouldn't have worked fully, and it had a sting. So if the product landed up in my eye, I would feel the sting in the end. You know what happens when that occurs. So that's basically it, guys. And the last thing is that I do not exfoliate as much as I used to, because my skin is very sensitive, but I am encouraged also to exfoliate, but not to aggravate, you know, because sometimes when you rub, it's like a steroid, you know, and you basically spread the bacteria around your face. But I use this brush that I got when I tried everything and anything under the sun. I remember I bought a full pack of dermatological products, and part of the package that I had was this brush. It was a bit pricey, and after that, you know how the universe will just kick a dog while it's, you know, to kick a dog while it's down. I ended up in, I think it was Discam, and so the same brush, same make, same everything really. It's just this one is branded for 30 Rand, while I got this for a very high price. But anyway, it does the job. I remove the makeup after cleansing and toning and removing the makeup. I wash my face and I make sure that I clean my face with this very brush. It's very soft, it's got soft bristles, so it's not harsh at all. And that's how I make sure that I remove my makeup, because any product that might stay on my face may lead to clogged pores, and that, you know, it's like a snowball effect. Clogged pores end up in breakout, and breakouts, then, you know, the acne just starts from scratch. And that's just basically it from me, guys. That is my Accutane journey. I am so happy. It will be 6 months in a matter of no time, and then I will be up for a review with my dermatologist whether we should increase the dosage or not, and what other kind of reinforcement techniques or tactics we need to use to make sure that I maintain a healthy and glowing skin. And that's just basically it. Thank you for watching this entry. I hope you did enjoy it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you want to ask me anything related to my skincare routine and my journey using this treatment, please feel free to comment down below. I'll definitely respond to you. Share these videos and make sure that you tell your people to tell their people to subscribe to ThroughEllesEyes. Thank you, and I love you so much. Love out.